You can barely see me, but like I said, you can barely see me, but I will be talking to you in a calm manner this time. Basically, there's such a thing as beauty in calmness and gentleness, and a beauty that is quiet and refreshing and very loving. There's a calmness. There's very much like a calm stream. There's a lot of love. There's power in that too. Water has a lot of power. I mean, more power than wind. Like a gentle creek, like like a gentle stream. It has a lot of power, but it's also very calm. So what is kind? What is gentle? And what is you know you know what is kind? What is gentle? What is loving? And what is compassionate? What is peaceful? What is also peaceful? So there's some people that we should be truthful. We should be caring, and we should be compassionate for others. Love does not fight. Love gives. I've made a lot of mistakes in my past about basically, you know, I messed up a lot about being aggressive, and I've been, trying to do the right thing, but then I find out that I'm aggressive, so that means we're human, right? That doesn't mean we should keep on sinning. We should just, be filled with love and compassion and, bring hope unto others. What was John's most careful statement? What was his most famous statement in the time that he was alive? It was not revelation where it was harsh on the mind. It was actually a statement of love. John, the prophet, said that we should be loving. We should love each other. Was his final statement before he died. That we should all love one another like God loves us, and that we should also love God with everything that we have. We should be gentle. My God is very gentle with me. And we should be very peaceful. We are to be in peace with one another, not say that, oh, we should end war, but we should end up saying, you know, be peaceful towards another. Just don't bring world to peace because, you know, the world is not peaceful. It is owned by the devil, so it cannot have peace. But basically, if we are to be God's children, we are to be peaceful. We are to be the peacemakers on the earth as God's children. But the devil doesn't know this, so we can try to get peace to other people and be very careful, be very calming, and what they call soothing. And we should also be also gentle towards others. So calm, gentle, kind. Um, Another one's goodness, but so gentle, kind, peaceful, like loving. Those are the four things that are, three things that are part of love. And we should help one another. We should, you know, be part of that love that, doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, doesn't want to beg for yourself. You should, go help somebody that is in need, like my mom did when she called me on my phone, and basically, she gave me advice. Like, her favorite preacher was actually John at Trinity. I believe he had a lot of revelation for me before I even knew it. Basically, she said that he was her favorite preacher, that he was, very calm. He was talking about people's lives. I mean, I don't claim to be a preacher, but I do claim to be an evangelist. But basically, there are people out there that are, that are full of brokenness, and that are, there's some that are on marijuana. Some of them are, lying on the streets with addiction pains, and they can't go anywhere, and they pretty much look lost. They're lost, and basically, these people are hopeless. But we're to bring love to them. We're to bring miracle to them. We're to be not all of us can be miracle workers, but we're to bring the miracle workers to all the ones who can basically help. Basically, go back to more if they survive. It does not tell you that those who are addicted to heroin or addicted to marijuana, it doesn't say that all people are lost, but it does say that there's a lot of people on heroin in a certain area of the city. There's video evidence of it. Well, don't know where that is, but pretty sure it's somewhere in the world or somewhere in America. But be very mindful that there are other problems like gang problems. I mean, if someone is in a gang, you should probably help them, just help them know that they can be protected by God. And they don't need power. The power is with God. Another thing about gangs is that they want money. They have the riches with God. So some of them do realize that they can have it with God. Well, those are our pillars because they've had a very messed up life, and they know they can't completely turn it around, but they know that they can completely turn it around with God. That they've repented from their sins, and that, at the final moment, they say, I love you, God. I really do. And then there's a man, somewhere in the world, that's an unbeliever. If you find him, if you find a person that's an unbeliever, don't treat him with harsh words. A lot of wisdom is needed to treat a person who is an unbeliever, because they're very much stiff-necked, hard hearts. Again, if you meet one, my advice to you is don't go with him. Don't go to preach to him like he's God's child, because he will leave you. Instead, just tell him plain simple things that don't go to the world, but don't go to too much like God's child. So instead, compromise. Compromise for love. Excuse me. Compromise for love, peace, kindness, gentleness, compassion. Be completely beautiful to him. Care for him. And if he's broken, and if he seems really broken and hates Christianity, the only thing to do is not teach about Christianity. Don't press a certain button of Christianity don't push a certain button that makes him feel that Christianity is bad. Instead, just get to talk to the guy as if he is offended easily, but don't really try to offend him. Instead, say that you care for him. Say kind and gentle and peaceful and loving words to him. That you care for him. Don't say anything about Christianity because you'll hate it. And pray that you'll become God's reference to him, and that that person that you became the reference to basically starts to love God because of you, because of what you said. It's not to be proud, but basically to say that through you, through what you did with God, you let God help him, and God's to help him. And also, you know, through gentle and loving words, people are changed. Through peaceful words, are people changed. We don't go for world peace. We just speak with peace. We're as individuals have got to be with the peace, with all peace in mind, because with all the peace that we can get is with all of our individuals, not as a nation. That will not work. There'll be rulers of certain nations that will hate us for what we believe in. So we as individuals have got to be peaceful with one another, and not as nations, because as nations that's impossible. But as individual people, that is possible. Yeah, that'll be the most beautiful thing you can ever do with that person. A single person with peace in his heart, with gentleness and compassion and kindness, is more powerful than a thundering lightning that will shake a mountain, or a mountain collapsing, because that will change a person's heart. Not a huge thundering clock on a huge thundering mountain will it'll scare the person, but it will not change a person's heart, because instead, if he's more fearful, then that will, it won't change his heart. It'll just change his mindset. But what will change someone's heart is being peaceful, being gentle, kind, and compassionate towards a person, and especially doing that with love. And that will bring joy to God. So, in that sense, bring the most beautiful thing. Say the most beautiful thing to that person. Like, if they're suffering on the streets, just say that somewhere you're loved. Somewhere you're loved by someone who reigns over forever. And, he's filled with love. And if a person doesn't like that, then say, if you don't believe in that, I care for you. I care for you very much. Also, I know some of you suffering. I know some of you are suffering because, you're suffering from depression, you're suffering from loneliness, you're suffering from, abusive relationships. You're suffering. You're suffering from, poverty. You're suffering from, you know, negative thoughts. You're suffering from what you think you consider yourself evil. You think you're just out of control and your life is out of control. But if you think about it, since I just, made a video about this, there's such a thing as love, compassion, gentleness, peace, kindness. And that all comes from God. Then there's joy. Then there is holiness. Then there is self-control. And then there is hello.
What the hell are you doing? I'm gonna report you tomorrow. You need to turn off that thing and go to bed.
All right.
That's what you do in the morning. We have hard time to get you up.
All right.
Turn it off and go to bed. Supposed to be in bed at 10:30 and you're still awake.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well then, that's the most beautiful thing you can ever have, and I'll be done. Okay. Bye. Thank you for your time. All right. Yep. That is all about it now.